It doesn't matter if it's a dog, an insect, a fox, or a bird. No one is safe from being in trouble. These animals came to a human for help. Not afraid, quite the opposite in fact. Watch our latest compilation where we've collected the most emotional cases of rescuing animals. This puppy lost consciousness during a fire, and this firefighter brought it back to life with CPR. During a wedding, one of the guests saw that a dog needed help, so he came to the animal's aid. Later, he was joined by another person, and finally the dog was saved. Looks like this wedding had an extra +1 added to the guest list. And this girl sacrificed a pipe to free a bird. And here's another example of an animal trusting a human when it needs help. Isn't it adorable? These people untangled the turtle from the fishing line and released it back into the water. If only it could talk, it would definitely say thank you. This man noticed a drowning baby fox and immediately jumped into the water without even taking his clothes off. Insects also approach people for help. Look at this praying mantis. It's not even scared.
Here you go. Here you go. Just run that way, this way.
This guy tried to explain to a deer how to get off the highway, and he succeeded.
Atta boy, jump over.
Well, almost. Now he did.
Yes! Oh, live on another day.
These fishermen accidentally caught a 400-pound ray, so they called a team of professionals to save it. First, they found a place best suited for releasing this giant, did some tests, and finally... This baby goat was loudly crying because its head was stuck in a wheel. Thankfully, people didn't just stand by. This sheep was stuck in a fence and was thrashing uncontrollably, trying to break free. Look how quickly it calmed down when it realized this guy was there to help.
Come on, Mike.
The police officers saved these ducklings that fell into the drain and returned these babies to their mother. This dog came to people for help, hoping they would take the plastic off the animal's head. Look how grateful it is. These divers noticed a large turtle heading their way. Someone must have been very cruel, plunging a spear into the animal's neck. Thankfully, this story has a happy ending. This guy found a dog hiding in an abandoned van from the cold. It was -59 degrees Fahrenheit. Turns out, someone shot it in the leg, and the bullet fractured the bone. The guy who found the dog brought it with him and nursed it back to health. And here, mountain bikers called a wildlife biologist to rescue a foal stuck in a mud pit. This baby owl fell out of its nest and patiently waited while people were building a ladder to return the bird. As a result, the owlet is back where it belongs and will continue bringing letters from Hogwarts for years to come. A man noticed an injured puppy in the road, and look how happy the mom was to get some help. Fortunately, they are both okay now. These people came together to take this thing off the animal's head. Think about the risk they were taking. It's a good thing they managed to run off afterwards. Otherwise, they'd be the ones who needed help. And to rescue this seagull stuck in the power lines, they needed a whole helicopter. A cat with a broken leg came to the hospital to get a cast. This baby deer got stuck in a fence and loudly cried due to the resulting pain. Thankfully, people heard the animal and came to its aid. These people helped a pigeon that fell down their chimney. They released the bird, but notice how it's not in any rush to fly away. It only goes once it's had a chance to say goodbye. Take a look at the way people rescue dogs during a flood in India. And here's an example of a great way to use a remote-controlled car. This turtle was in trouble being so far away from the water, but thankfully this guy was there to help. And this leopard could never get out of this deep well if it weren't for the people that came to its aid. This guy is taking care of a dog like it's his dear friend. Firefighters got this pit bull out of a burning house, and it took a lot of effort to bring it back to life.
Ну чего, будем жить-то, а?
Чухивайся.
And here, people saved a baby tamarin and returned it to its mother. A few fox cubs made a home under this woman's desk. When one of them had its head stuck into a jar, it came to her for help. An entire village gathered to help a wounded elephant. First, they pulled it out of the water with great effort. Then it was time to heal the animal. This person held a drip bag for several hours, and their efforts were not in vain. This eagle asked for some water on a hot day. How could you say no?
Смотри, какой хороший.
This pony was born with only 3 legs, and now it's walking for the first time in its life, thanks to the person who made a prosthetic for the pony. Great job all around. Everyone did their part. The dog swimming towards the people, the man risking his life, and the people that stopped him from falling in. The antlers of these 2 deer were locked together, and the poor animals were on the brink of death. Just imagine how difficult it was to separate the animals using a chainsaw without hurting them. But it ended well. This little hungry bear cub was left without a mother, so it came to people for help. This person walked into the icy lake to rescue a deer and bring it to dry land. This bird was so weak when it was found that it couldn't eat. Thankfully, a volunteer by the name of Dimbadu Babu brought it back to life, nursed it back to health, and released it back to nature. In the zoo, the meat to feed the lions was brought to them in barrels. One time, at feeding time, this lion's head got stuck. Fortunately, the animal patiently waited for the vet who was able to help. That's the state this dog was found in. Just look at the clumped up fur full of parasites. It took several hours to shave it off. And here's what it looks like now, thanks to kind, compassionate people. People found a newborn dolphin and basically brought it back to life. That's all for today. If you want more, let us know in the comments and subscribe to our channel.